Meghan Markle made her Paris Fashion Week debut, and there was this awkward interaction with the Balenciaga creative director. Let's look at this. It's so cringe to watch, isn't it? So awkward. But fans are slamming Meghan for this, calling her the Duchess of Hypocrisy for attending Balenciaga's show, seeing as there was a lot of controversy around this brand and an ad that was seen as quite creepy that involved children.
That's right. So the ads were very creepy. They were offensive, actually, more than creepy, I think. And they were children posing with teddy bears in bondage gear. And Balenciaga's brand was in the toilet almost overnight, really. Yeah. The problem for Meghan in going to a show, even if there is a new creative director she's very, pally with, is that one of her brands is protecting children in the online space. So how do you front up at a fashion show dressed all in white, irony noted, the international colour of innocence? How do you turn up to that show knowing that the brand has this terrible history and the way they've portrayed children with adult themes? And so the Duchess of Hypocrisy, I think is a pretty valid label to attach here.
And she's also, of course, been taking to Instagram, as she always does, sharing lots of pictures. And she posted a story of herself in a limo with her feet up near the Parisian tunnel where Princess Diana tragically died in 1997. Now, what are your thoughts around this? It seems pretty insensitive.
Oh, it is. And to me, it speaks to Meghan's Diana fetish, that if there's ever an occasion for her to pull something out of Diana's history and rev it up in 2025 style to make herself feel relevant, she'll do it. And we all know the single most catastrophic and traumatic event of Harry's life is losing his mother when he was 12, when she was killed in a Paris car crash. So for her to be swanning around in the back of a limousine with her feet up, oh so casual, on social media, not thinking that would have some impact on her husband or that people would not have the reaction that we've got now, which is completely tone deaf, insensitive, tactless and everything. I mean, if she wanted to make her mark in Paris, why doesn't she go quietly to the hospital and the staff who tried for 2 hours to save Diana's life back in 1997 and give them a quiet donation for their services? That would be a really
many ways that she could do it.
Such a classy way to do it, but no, she's got to jam that privilege down our throats by, driving around in a limousine past the bridge or nearly at the bridge where her late mother-in-law lost her life. It's
unbelievable.
Just appalling.
Now, Prince William, it seems that he has broken his silence on the rift with his brother, Prince Harry. So he sat down with comedian Eugene Levy for an episode of The Reluctant Traveller, where he spoke pretty openly about managing family pressures. Listen to this.
Yeah, I think stuff to do with family overwhelms me quite a bit. Worry or stress around family side of things, that does overwhelm me quite a bit. But in terms of, doing the job and things like that, I don't feel too overwhelmed by that. Not now, anyway. When I was younger, there are bits that overwhelm you and a bit like, whoa, are we actually doing this? Is this sort of happening? But with time and age, I think you feel a bit more settled in that side of things and you go, actually, I could do that.
So it's interesting, he didn't say Harry's name, but he certainly seemed to allude to that rift with his brother, do you think?
Certainly does, yes. And I got a hint he was probably talking about Charles's rift with Harry as well. And just the dynamic between the two brothers and their dad has just been changed forever. And he's obviously still having to navigate that. But what I also thought was interesting is he's not dwelling on resentment. He's not bitter. If you sort of imagine Harry doing this sort of interview, he'd be very sort of narky and bitter, whereas William's like, I've dealt with it, it has been overwhelming. The fact that he's so refreshing and honest about that, I think, is fabulous for someone who's next in line for the throne. And he's looking for a course of leadership which is based in empathy, I think, as well. So he's very relatable. You sort of watch that thinking, we'll probably have a bit of family dynamic ourselves at home, although not at that sort of regal level.
Yes.
And the fact that he's sort of being so authentic about that, I thought was fabulous.
Yeah, I think so as well.